More than rather than part of yours flesh is not humane, say scientists. Humane cells do up just 43% of the flesh's full cage calculate. The otherwise are microscopical colonists. Inside the lie part of ourselves, our microbiome, is quickly transformation insight of diseases of allergic individual to Parkinson's. The box is the request questions of which it tool to be humane and is guideline to new pioneering treatments as a outcome. They are significant to yours public health, says Professor Ruth Ley, the CEO of the Division of Microbiome Scientific at the Max Planck Institution. Yours flesh isn't fair thou. No question how so you clean, almost each secluded corner and crack of yours flesh is coated in microscopical creatures. The includes bacteria, viruses, fungi, and archaean, organisms initially misclassified as bacteria. The big focus of the microscopical lifetime is in the black dark depths of our oxygen supply deprived subsoil. Initially it was mined our cells were surpassed 10 to a has been exquisite lot nearer to a to a, so the present estimation is thou re on 43% humane if thou re accounting up all the cells, he says. But genetically we're though more than outgunned. The humane genome, the complete set of gene instructions for a humane creature, is done up of 20,000 instructions named genes. But add all the genes in our microbiome along and the drawing comes out among 2 and 20 millionth microbe genes. Professor Sarkis Mesmanian, a bacteriologist of Caltech, argues, we don't include fair one genome, the genes of our microbiome, this substantially a other genome that increase the operation of our their own, which makes us humane is, in my view, the conjunction of our own DNA, advantage the DNA of our gut microbes. It would be innocent to believe we conduct about so lot microbe content out of it cooperating or possessing any impact on our bodies at all. Scientific is quickly disclosure the part the microbiome acting in digestive, regulation the immunity framework, defending versus illness and manufacture urgent vitamins. Professor Cavalier told, we're conclusion ways how these diminutive creatures completely convert our public health in ways we never imaginary before newly. It is a new way of thought on the microbe planet. Today, our relation in microbes has substantially been one of war. Antibiotics and vaccines include been the arms initiated versus the likes of pox, Mycobacterium phthisis, or MRSA. Has been a nice item and has stored big numbers of lives. But several researchers are worried how our attack on the bad folks has made incalculable harm to our nice bacteria. Professor Ley said we include above the history 50-year made a amazing job of elimination communicable illness, yet we include seen an huge and horrifying growth in autoimmunity illness and in allergic individual. Wherever job on the microbiome comes in is vision how changes in the microbiome, how happened as a outcome of the successful we've had fight pathogens, include now introduced to a entire new set of diseases how we include to transactions in. The microbiome is as well creature related to diseases consisting incendiary intestine illness, Parkinson's, if carcinoma drugs job and though depressive and autistic. Adiposity is else sample. Household story and way of life option obviously act a part, but which on yours gut microbes. The is wherever it might get disconcerting. A dietary of burgers and chocolate bar will influence both of yours hazard of adiposity and the kind of microbes how increase in yours alimentary path. So how do you aware if it is a bad mix of bacteria metabolizing yours meal in such a path, how contributes to adiposity? Professor Cavalier has executed experiments on mice how were unborn in the largest sanitized planet conceivable. Their whole life is fully complementary of microbes. He says, we were capable to show how if you get rely and fat humans and get their feces and replant the bacteria in mice you can do the mouse pointer solvent or fatter depending on whose microbiome it acquired. Predominating up fat in rely bacteria as well helping the mice Mississippi way. The is cute wonderful law, but the issue now is will the be transferable to humans. The is the big expect for the box, how microbes could be a new shape of medical. It is named as with bugs as drugs. I met Dr. Trevor Lawley at the Wellcome Confidence Sanger Institution, wherever he is hard to increase the entire microbiome of wholesome patients and such who are bad. In a ill country down there could be bugs lacking, for sample, the conception is to re-enter such. Dr. Lawley says down there's increasing testimony how repair whose microbiome can in fact conduct to period of remission in diseases such as ulcer colitis, a kind of incendiary intestine illness. And he added, I believe for a lot of diseases we research his departure to be certain mixtures of bugs, perhaps 10 or 15 how are departure in a patient. Microbe medical is in its previous stages, but several researchers believe how tracking our microbiome will quickly be a everyday occasion how provides a tan gold mine of data on our public health. Professor Cavalier told, he's unbelievable to believe every teaspoon of yours chair contains more than information in the DNA of such microbes rather than it would get virtually a ton of DVDs to keep. At the time each period thou take one of such information dump as it were, thou fair washing how data off. Portion of our site is, in the not too remote next, wherever as quickly as you break out he'll do several type of instantaneous recite out and tells you are you departure in a nice line or a bad line how I believe is departure to be very transforming. Illustrations, Katie Horwich.